Greetings, folks. How are you? Long time no see. Well, been around last couple weeks doing a live stream with Alan and Aaron. And if you've been tuning into those, a little more focused discussions, thanks for checking them out. They've been a lot of fun. We're probably going to keep doing them for a while until everybody gets sick of them. Formulating some topics, whatever. But we might be weekly, we might go bi-weekly. I don't know, just whenever the mood strikes us and everybody has time. So keep an eye out for those. Thanks for watching them. And again, sorry I haven't been around. April was kind of a waste. Lost to time due to COVID, which was not fun. So you don't want to get it. Some people it's nothing, other people it sucks for, and I mean it wasn't super bad, but I didn't enjoy it. We'll just put it there. In the background, a little out of practice. I haven't done this in a while. I'm listening to Sellsword, Unto the Breach. I don't own a copy of this yet because these guys are unsigned, and it's kind of a shame. They're a power metal band from York, United Kingdom. And music is really well composed, power metal, traditional metal. The singer is more of a lower register crooner. He can take it up high when he needs to. It's just really good. Definitely check out Unto the Breach and judge for yourself. It took me a couple times to get through the vocals, but the songs are so well composed, it really clicked with me. And they have 2 albums out. They're both on Bandcamp. Definitely check them out. Send them some support. And I've got stuff. This is basically stuff I've been listening to. There's going to be a VCLT video coming here in the future because there's been a lot of people that have been, not a lot, but there's been people that have been sending me stuff, which I greatly appreciate. And my buddy Zoller sent me some stuff, which I'm going to talk about. Some of it, but some of it has just been shit I've been spinning, digging out of the collection. Haven't listened to much yet, but we'll start with vinyl. Southern California's Phobia. Get Up and Kill and Grind Your Fucking Head In. Both of these albums, Phobia, it's no mystery what this band is. They're just straight up grind with a good production, a little more on the metal side than on the crusty punk side. I just always kind of struck me as more of a metal-minded grind, kind of like maybe a punkier Terrorizer. But this is great. These are both good albums, well produced. This one's on Deep 6, and this one is on. They're both on Deep 6. Found these both cheap in Grand Rapids at a store called Vertigo Records in the used bin, $5.99, $9.99. So very cool. It seems like $5.99 and $9.99 are probably the right price that you want to pay for stuff like that. I mean, it's just well produced, and the songs are really catchy and short and lethal, which is awesome. This has been on the turntable a bit, more all the time. I've talked about this band before. This is the only album I have by Poison Idea, and I love this. I mean, it's just filthy punk from the Pacific Northwest. I've talked about it before on this channel. I've been told by like Eric Bauer and Pat and Jason that other albums to get by these guys, and it's just really aggressive punk, kind of a depraved twist to it. I don't know. It's just they have a unique sound all their own. They don't sound like an East Coast band. They don't sound like a Southern California band or a San Francisco band. They just have their own sound, and I guess you can attribute that to their location. You know, Pacific Northwest, rainy, dark, drunken, drug-addled, you name it. Next up, I've only listened to this once, but man, is this a ripper. This is Behind the Realms of Madness, Sacrilege from the UK. I've had when what the hell's the name of it? It's got the little girl on it. I bought it on tape when it came out, and at the time, I always appreciated it. The music was really good, but Tam's vocals, it's just a screamed punk style, and she didn't have a lot of inflection in her voice. She just kind of screamed over this music, you know. And some years have passed, and I've since then reacquired that second album on vinyl to replace my tape, and listening to it here a couple months ago, it just super clicked with me. And what was the changing factor? The fact that you could tell early Bolt Thrower modeled their sound in a lot of ways after that. After this band. I mean, it's no secret. I mean, it's musically very obvious where Bolt Thrower got their influence. It's this band, and someone else said Onslaught's Power from Hell, which it hadn't occurred to me until they said that. I can't remember who told me this. Someone online. But it's right. I mean, early, like, In Battle There Is No Law is very much early Sacrilege, and Power from Hell by Onslaught. But this is a great reissue of their Behind the Realms of Madness. It also comes with a demo, the 1986 demos, and there is 2015, these guys got back together and did a couple songs. Feed and Dig Your Own Grave, those might actually be reworkings of older songs. And then there's 2 live tracks. But this is really good stuff. Definitely check this out if you can come across it. I think I showed the inside. Very well done. Excellent band from the UK. Check them out. Sacrilege. Next up, Lucifers Hammer, The Burning Church. This is the first ever vinyl pressing of this Michigan band's demo, The Burning Church, which is probably one of my favorite demos from back in the day, and it just happens to be a Michigan band. I've seen this band probably 4 or 5 times in my life. They were always really good. This is like, you know, they kind of evolved into like a doomy black metal band. This stuff here there's elements of that on here, but it's more of a mid-pace, just really nasty, satanic sounding. Todd, the main singer's vocals were just really sick and dark and evil. Kind of like Under the Sign of the Black Mark era Bathory, as far as the musical style. Maybe a little doomier at times. And of course, this is a demo, so it's a little dirtier sounding, but it's always been a very well-produced demo. And it was very cool that Nuclear War Now pressed this on vinyl. I had to snatch it up. I guess they're going to be doing some more stuff of more older material, which is cool. Which, you know, I've heard both of their albums and this demo, and that's about it. But I've got the original tape of this, and I just had to have it on vinyl because it's really good. And there's a couple of rehearsals on here too, which I don't think was on the demo, but I can't remember. It's been a while since I've listened to it. Good shit. Michigan represent. We got I Succumb to the Hype Train, man. Everybody's been talking about this album. This is Worm's Gloomlord. And I've listened to this once, and I like it. I like it. It's like doomy, dark, doomy death metal, with a slight, maybe disembowelment realm of influence that creeps in here and there. It's not really super apparent, but this is a good album. I need to spend a little more time with it. I mean, I wasn't floored by it, but I do enjoy it, and Nuclear War Now had a good price on it. I wanted to snatch it. I know this is a repress. This is on Iron Bonehead. Recorded in 2018. Good stuff. I think it's just one dude on this. I could be wrong. No, there's 2 guys. Sorry, right here. There's a picture of them. Real observant. It's good stuff. I'm interested to hear where they go from here. Next up. I'll get the stuff that I didn't buy first. Okay, we've got... I found this, a buddy of mine down in Detroit. He's got a Discog channel, seller channel called Metal Brain. Definitely check him out. He's got like 1,000 and some albums and CDs and tapes for sale. And he had this Anesthesia, Exaltation of the Eclipse. CD. I got it for like 20 bucks or something like that. It's an OG Black Mark Cargo pressing. I used to have this way back in the day, and I did a purge of some stuff as I was starting to get into black metal. I got rid of some things, and back in the day, this kind of seemed a little run-of-the-mill, but getting it again, kind of regret getting rid of it. It's quite good. Super old school death metal. There might be some slight thrashisms creeping into the sound. There's some keyboards here and there. It's really well done. I know I've shown this on a stream, but I want to talk a little bit more about it. You got to respect the stash. The teens trying to grow out, stashes so they could buy in the liquor stores. But these guys were from Belgium. This came out in 1994. Really well produced, good old school death metal. It's weird calling it old school because when this came out, it was the new school at that point. But good stuff. It's probably not something you're going to stumble across very often. These black mark pressings tend to get snapped up pretty quick, or if you can find them at all. But good stuff. I'm glad it's returned home. I've listened to it quite a bit. Next up is Stormkeep with Galdrum. Oh boy, the hype. The hype is just a vortex of hype swirling around this album. Or it's an EP, actually. It's got someone from Wayfair in it, and I think the drummer from Blood Incantation. So you can tell, you can anticipate the excitement surrounding this. Other than the artwork, which is quite amazing, even though it's kind of ripping off the Abigor as a quintessence of Satan. This is okay. This is pretty good. It's I kind of want to see where they go from here. This is a mix of Abigor, old Abigor meets early-ish Dissection, highly melodic black metal. Has a European / Swedish black metal vibe going on here, and it's pretty good, man. It's, I've listened to it a few times. Give them a reason to show off their weaponry and their gauntlets. You got to start a black metal band, man. But I think I liked it. My initial reaction to it was very positive. I'm like, wow, this is really pretty good. But the more I listened to it, the songs just didn't really stick with me that well. Like I said, there's a lot of talent in this band, and it's going to be interesting to see where they can take it from here. But as an EP, it served its purpose. It put their name out there, and I anticipate them getting a lot better than this. Next up, Overkill, live in Overhausen. Big Overkill fan. And this one had slipped through my fingers many times, and I finally remembered to pick it up. It's essentially a 2 CD and 1 Blu-ray set of the band in Overhausen, Germany. And CD1 is Horoscope in its entirety, and CD2 is Feel the Fire in its entirety, which Feel the Fire is my favorite Overkill album. It's one of my favorite early metal albums as well. And Horoscope is another favorite, beginning to end. So this was a must-have. And the Blu-ray, I haven't listened to the CDs yet. It's the same thing that's on the Blu-ray. I've watched the Blu-ray probably 3 or 4 times. It's just really well shot, highly professional, and the band is on fire. I mean, sure, there's probably overdubs to fix mistakes, but the band, after all these years, since the 80s, is still on fire. I think Blitz's vocals have got a little higher over the years, which is kind of weird, but he's right on point. For an old guy that's been screaming his entire life, sounds great. And Overkill do not disappoint. Definitely, if you're a fan, it's paying homage to 2 of their best albums, and you should check this out. Next up is some stuff that my buddy Zoller sent me, and he sent some really cool shit. This last batch of stuff he sent, and thank you, Craig, as always. I really appreciate it, brother. And I've always had this on 7-inch, and he sent a CD copy of Necrology by Sweden's General Surgery. This has got Maddie Karki on it. I can't remember if he's... Yep. Maddie Karki from Dismember is singing and playing bass on this album. There's Joachim Carlson on guitar, Grant McWilliams, and Mats Nordrup. I'm not sure exactly who those dudes are, but you know, this is the iconic EP on CD. I don't know what era this was. It's got some bonus tracks on it, but you know, it was cool to have this on CD because, like I said, I've always had an OG 7-inch of this. But this is basically Swedish death metal guys paying tribute to Carcass through down-tuned, nasty, gore grindish death metal. they don't sound exactly like Carcass, but that influence is definitely there, and this is good shit. Next up, holy crap. I've talked about this on a stream as well, but this is, who are these guys from? Sweden. Just Before Dawn. This is, what's the name of this one? It's Tides of Blood. Oh my god. I was blown away by this album. Basically, this is, hands down, one of the best bolt thrower tribute bands I've ever heard. And, I mean, Just Before Dawn, nail it. It sounds like bolt thrower. Really produced well. Sounds like the same tuning as bolt thrower. A lot of the riffs aren't, though they're not direct bolt thrower rip-off riffs, they're in the wheelhouse, if you know what I'm saying. Basically, there's a band, and they get a bunch of different singers to sing on this. Though Dave Ingram from Benediction, who also sang a bolt thrower for a minute, does a majority of this album, but there are dudes, a guy from Decaying, Malefitor, Blood Mortized, Revel in Flesh, Crawl, Tormention, Wombbath. There's a bunch of dudes on here, and there's even a guy in here that on the second or third song it sounds just like Martin Van Drunen, but it's on. I think it is Martin Van Drunen, to be completely honest. It's just uncredited. I don't know if he couldn't get the legal okay to sing on this, but he does a few lines. It sounds just like Martin. I'm going to assume that it's him. But Just Before Dawn, Tides of Blood. I mean, this could have been the follow-up to For Victory, which is my absolute favorite bolt thrower album. And this is on Raw Records. The melodies, the harmonies, the guitar work on this, just those guitar melodies are just, oh, they're just soul grabbing, well written. Just that really mournful sounding melodies coming out of this album, you know, with that thunderous war death metal plot. This is really, really good. And Dave Ingram sounds fucking great on this. He sounds amazing, which inspired me to pick up several more from them. This is the Aftermath Digipack. This is from Chaos Records of Mexico. I think it's in Mexico. I mean, that's where I got them from, was in Mexico. It's kind of a chintzy Digipack. I hate these fucking things. It's hard to get the CD out because, you know, they put it on the inside. Ugh. This is also as good, and this is an EP, I believe. The Dead and Those About to Die. Basically, these are all really good, but this Tides of Blood, if you're going to start somewhere with this band, start with Tides of Blood. It is exceptional. Next up, I was really blown away by this album too. This is a Belgian band. Their name is Butcher, and this is 666 Goats Carry My Chariot. Last year, I saw quite a few people showing this off in vinyl, and you know, I get a bunch of people ranting and raving about something. I typically am turned off by the hype. I don't know why that is. I've always been that way. It's stupid. It's come back to bite me a bunch of times in my life. I let something go that I shouldn't let go, just because everybody likes it. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. It's my broken, dumb brain. But, yes, the speed metal symbol. This is on Osmos. And I gotta say, this is a modern working formula that borrows from... Okay, try to imagine this all kind of swooped together. We got R Noir, that thrashy black metal attack of R Noir. Early Battery, like the first album Battery. A little destruction here and there, not much, but with these very triumphant riffing style that reminds you of the more triumphant sounding Destroyer 666. Yeah, I mean, these songs are really well written, and there is an abrasion to it that's just on fucking fire. And I mean, the album sounds like the album cover art. I mean, black goats hauling a chariot and a guy, whipping them as they go. That's exactly what this album sounds like. There's some great guitar work on this album, and I love the caustic blackened thrash mixed with those super memorable riffs. This is definitely, if you can find, it's gotten kind of harder to find lately. I kind of did some searching for the vinyl after Craig sent this to me, but this is a great album. You should definitely check this out. And he sent me some other stuff, and I've acquired some stuff here and there. That all these I've listened to once, and first impression, a lot of this stuff I'm going to return to. I just wanted to touch on some of it. And here's another band that's everybody loves these days, and this is Fetid Steeping Corporeal Mess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs. This might be an EP. This is on 20 Buck Spin, and the sound of this is what you would expect from 20 Buck Spin. This is a 3-piece death metal band, harkening back to the old school days, but they're tuned to super low, and they just got knuckle dragon riffs, super polluted, cavernous sound. I like this. I like the style. I like what this band is doing, but it isn't really saying much. I'll listen to this again and probably like it more as I spin it, but first impression was kind of a I know people dig this band. I'm not slamming on them, but there's a lot of bands out right now that sound like this. That's neither here nor there, good or bad. It's cool, and when it's on, I'm bobbing my head and enjoying it, but yeah, I don't know. It just isn't a humongous impact for me. Next up is Undergone, Eldrig I Livet. This is kind of in the same vein. I mean, I think these guys are a lot better. I think Undergone has been at it longer, and I really like their earlier stuff. There's some, I don't remember their last album was really good. I listened to the crap out of that, and the one before that I listened to a lot too, and this one here is good. I'm not as blown away by it as I am the other stuff. Maybe it's just my mood. I mean, my mood lately has been shifting to more traditional power metal. I mean, I'm up and down, back and forth, and there was a while for most of the month of April I really didn't listen to much because I just felt like dog shit most of the time, but this is really good. Netherlands, super sick, down-tuned, super simplistic death metal. The riffs are easy but memorable. Yeah, I mean, this is a good album. I need to spend a little more time with it. This band, Pissgrave, Posthumous Humiliation. We'll censor the album cover because, it's pretty fucking abysmal. So, this is another one of those bands that is hyped and hyped and hyped. And I was looking forward to hearing this because I was morbidly curious, and I gotta say, I'm not real impressed by the CD. It's there's some good riffs on it. There's a few good songs on it, but there's like a war metalish attack to it, like a punishing, straightforward, just blast to the face. When these older school death metal riffs creep in, that's kind of offers a little salvation. The main thing about this, I can't even show you the inside. I think for me, I was looking for some sort of an anchor point, something to hold on to when these songs are hitting. And, like I said, occasionally this really tasteful riff would surface from the noise. but the singer has just an acidic, screaming style. It almost adds like a noise element to this stuff. And man, war metal and noise are two genres that I just have to be in extreme mood for. And man, I just don't foresee myself spinning this much. I don't know. I mean, if you guys like it, more power to you, but you know, this is one of those album covers I just don't really want around the house. And if the music was super amazing, I would make an exception to that rule, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. It might grow on me the more I spin it, but the first couple times, I've tried spinning this twice and I couldn't get through it. Next up, Skeletal Remains for The Entombment of Chaos. This is the latest Skeletal Remains. I've got all their albums. They've always kind of struck me as a cross between Obituary and Death. And with Martin Van Drunen singing. And on this album, the singer has, I think, smartly chosen to find his own voice. I mean, there's slight Van Drunen styles in the drawl and the way he pronounces, enunciates, but the vocals are really harsh and aggressive and good. The music is super, and these guys are from, where are these guys from? Whittier, California. They sound very they still sound very Floridian. The technicality and the character and the solo work and the riffing is very deathy. The band Death. This is a good album, man. I need to spend a little more time with it. Like I said, this is their 4th release that I have. If there's more and I'm missing it, sorry, but this fucking scratch CDs. I don't even remember what I was going to say. This is a good album. I need to spend more time with it. Just for the sophistication in the music alone. And it's nice that the singer figured out that he probably needed to have his own style. Next up is Mutilator, Immortal Force. There's a Cogumelo Grey Haze pressing of this album. I don't know if this is legit or if this is probably a reissue. But Mutilator are from Brazil. This album came out in 1987. You know, it's thrash with a touch of brutality. Rough and thin production. I'm a big Sepultura fan, early Sepultura fan. A lot of the other Brazilian bands, I could take or leave. I enjoyed this CD just for the nostalgic factor. It sounds very old. It sounds like it came out in 87, and it sounds like they had zero budget to record on. But that's part of the charm. It's got bonus tracks, Evil Conspiracy and Visions of Darkness, a little asterisk, so I'm assuming it's probably a 7-inch tagged on to the end. But, good stuff. Need to spend more time with it. Petrification, Hollow of the Void. These guys are from Portland, Oregon. It's good death metal, down-tuned riffs, riff-dominant music, with a Dungeons Deep production. So, I mean, this is kind of in line with what's going on in modern-day old-school death metal. It's quite good. The riffs are good. The songs are good. The more I'm going to spin this, I'm going to probably end up liking it quite a bit. Memento Mori. Good album. Next up, Carnation, Where Death Lies. This is another Belgian band. And it's straightforward sweet death with the HM2 Boss heavy metal pedal tone. Standard, straightforward sweet death emulation with a bit of groove. Which, you know, it's good. I like the sound. Obviously, it's a tried and true sound. Not at all unique. The songs are decent. The artwork is really cool. I'm going to assume this is a Seagrave. I don't know. Maybe not. It's hard to say. It's on Season of Mist. Came out in 2020. Good stuff. This is a good road trip album. Hellripper, Coagulating Darkness. These guys are from the UK. This is a guy. You can see the battery go down there, up to no good, killing the priests, leaving the ladies buried in rubble, naked. I don't know, man. There's a lot of hype thrown in this band, and it's good. It's basically old school first Bathory worship. It sounds like Toxic Holocaust in a lot of ways. Like a UK variant of Toxic Holocaust. A little more aggression. Super stripped down. This didn't do a whole lot for me, to be honest. Last up. This is Throne of Catharsis with Helvete. Or Helveta. And some other stuff. Norwegian black metal. I found this online, super cheap, brand new. Actually, I got this from Metal Brain on Discogs. Check out Brian's site, his Discogs store. There's a lot of stuff. It was still sealed. You know, Norwegian black metal, I'm always going to check it out. Either check it out or pick up a copy. And this is good, modern day Norwegian black metal, trying to harken back to the old stuff. And everything can be heard. There's an atmosphere. It's just got a bit of a fuzz over the production to give it that raw underground sound, which is fine. This is a good album. I've only spun it once, and to be honest with you, my taste for black metal, it comes and goes. I used to, for a lot of years, that's all I would listen to is black metal, and lately, the last year or two, it's kind of shifted to power metal, death metal. That doesn't mean I don't like black metal anymore. I'm just not in the mood for it right now. And that's, you know, when I'm listening to this stuff and judging it, that's kind of where I'm coming from. And I like this, but it just didn't blow me away. You know, stuff you've heard before. But it's good. And there's a bunch of other stuff. I think I've got a VCLT video coming, and VCLT coming, and I'm going to be doing a power metal collection update here in the next week or so, as some more stuff that I've ordered comes in. I've been going crazy with that stuff. It's just been nice to hear a little bit of positivity seeping in after a pretty abysmal month. Although, I will say, people have been asking. First off, I got to say, we've got 3 new releases at the plant. The new Panopticon, Tver, and Nemeris. All 3 of these albums are fantastic, and I'm not just saying that as a label guy. They're really good. They're great bands. I'm very proud to be putting these out. And Panopticon first pressing is sold out. What does that mean? And it's sold out in Europe too. What does that mean? That means that when we get these records and start packaging orders, on the release date, we're going to announce a repress. The second pressing is going to be same packaging, all that stuff. It's just going to have a different vinyl variant. The other 2 releases are real close to selling out as well. I mean, you guys really came out for this. The last, 5 or 6 releases we've done, you guys have really came out and supported the label and supported these bands, and it means a lot. It really helps out a ton, and these uncertain times, people don't have money, they're not working as much. It's been really great to see the support pouring through. The bands appreciate it, we appreciate it, and when these records hit from the plant, please refrain from sending where's my order, because there's once they start hitting, people are going to start showing them. There's a shit ton, the most orders we've ever gotten. I'm not complaining. This is a great thing. It's just, typically, it's just me packaging orders. Okay. I'm going to have help. I know Austin's going to be helping as well. So, hopefully they get here sooner than later and we can get going on it as soon as possible. But there's a lot of work to do. And just be patient with us. And again, thank you so much for all your support. And I hope you enjoyed this update. I hope you've been enjoying our weekly discussions. And look for more of those. We'll probably do another one this week, although we haven't really discussed a topic yet. We'll get something figured out. And thank you for supporting the channel. If you're watching this, hit a like or a dislike, whatever. Maybe subscribe. It won't kill you. Be kind of nice to get this old fat man closer to the 5,000 mark. So when we do start to stream more often, there's more people watching. But that's up to you. Click the button, the bell, all that good stuff. And thank you so much. And I will see you again next time. Wear a fucking mask.